Hey guys, welcome back to the Weeb Lounge. I'm Nick. I'm in the mine, and it's about time I did a little bit of an update. Oh man, things are getting a little bit hectic here because I'm starting to transfer all of these Windows rigs, every single one of them, over to HiveOS. Now this is a little tricky, but before I get to that, look at this goofy contraption. Yeah, you see how big that square is compared to the actual window? It's going to be stupid. That's where these guys are going. And since this is the basement and I don't really have much choice, that big fan is going to be mounted on this, pull as much air as we can from there. It's going to be stupid, but it should work. It's a little restricted, but it should be okay. If not, I could always, do something out the other window there. But that box, it's going to go there, and one of them is going to go over here. And I got this guy. This is freaking perfect. This is a washable mesh, like air filter, right? And to my surprise, it pretty much fits in that window perfectly. You'll get a couple of tabs or a little something made up for it, and it'll sit in there just like absolutely perfect. It's awesome. And they're reusable. Just take them out, wash them every once in a while, once a month or however often I need to get them done, and that's great. Stupid little things like that, make my life easy. But what isn't easy was figuring out how to do this crap. Okay, I only have HiveOS going on these two guys right now. That one's mining Ergo, this one's mining Firo. And getting HiveOS up and running actually wasn't that big of a deal. It was pretty good, but it was getting the drives freaking taken care of. Oh man. Okay, here's what I ended up doing. I tried to get a USB drive, okay? I actually have HiveOS on this thing. If I wanted to run it from this, I could. But running Hive from a USB is kind of considered a little bit of a no-no because these things just kind of crap out. And yeah, it's not a good idea, and they're really, really slow. So you don't really want to do that. And so what I did is I downloaded a couple programs, and I was going to do a flash. I was going to, stick this into the machine, turn it on, flash the main hard drive on it, and get HiveOS on it that way. Well, apparently it doesn't work that way. Or I couldn't get it to work. It's one of the two. I don't know. I messed around with it for hours and hours and days, and I couldn't get it to go. So I figured what I had to do is just flash regular old hard drives, right? And of course I have the standard little Western Digital SSDs. These guys are, relatively cheap. But also, these three rigs can do M2 drives, all right? And I was able to find these cheap guys. All right, that's cool. You might notice it's on a little adapter, a PCI Express adapter. Okay, this is the trouble I had to go through, all right? Now get this. First off, I bought this. This guy, the hard drive can slide into here, or the M2 drive can slide up on top of this. Okay, sounds good. You plug it in, you turn it on, it's another drive on your computer. Works great with the SSDs, that's not a problem. But the second I use the M2 drive, it goes just batshit stupid. I don't know what the heck the deal was. Okay, I put it on there, and like it sees that there's a drive there, but it's like, I don't know what this is. I think it's a drive, but it could be a drive, but I don't think it's a drive. So we're not going to do anything with it. Anytime I would put a drive in this, I couldn't access any of the information off of it. Windows would pop up and be like, hey, there's a drive here, but we don't think it's initialized. So you try to initialize the drive, and it's like, yeah, the drive installation failed. Okay. Anyways, IC dock. This stupid thing, not recommended at all. Now, it could be my brand of M2 drives. Don't know. I only have the one right now spare that I can use, but this thing was not worth the money to give it a try. So who knows? Maybe there's something to it that I'm missing or whatever, but there's other docks with SSDs and, stupid stuff that are cheaper than this that work better. So if you don't need the M2 thing, well, it doesn't work for me anyway. So don't know. So basically what I had to do is get one of these adapter guys, slap it inside the computer, and then use the etcher program, which is this guy, the Balena etcher, whatever you want to call it. Really good program when you want to try to flash stuff. Once I did that, I was able to flash the image just fine. And for anybody looking to put HiveOS on, let's see, all you need is the image file. Like, whatever that is, right? That's all you need. You just need the current image file, you burn it to whatever disk it is, you plug it into whatever machine you got to do, and it's good to go. A couple other steps other than that you guys can read up on, but otherwise it's been doing pretty good. And the thing is, they're more, I've already found this out, okay? Like, usually once a day, I'd have to come down here and mess with these rigs or whatever. Was a couple of rigs out of this whole farm. Like every day I'm coming down and I have to like tweak something or reboot or do something, and it's just kind of being a headache, right? And that's not the goal with these things. I want these to be hands off, right? I want to set them up, get them running, never have to think about them again until I need to mine some other coin or whatever, right? This guy usually ran pretty stable on Windows, but every once in a while, one of them would just like kind of crap out, and the overclock settings would just disappear and it'd start running hot. So I'd have to run down here, reset the overclock, and then go back up and everything, or just set the overclock lower and lower so that hopefully it doesn't do that. Same thing went with this guy. This guy was running really, really good, but every once in a while, something weird would happen. It's like, what the heck is going on? Well, that's the great thing with HiveOS. All right. Now, most of the time that would happen, there'd be like some Windows update, some driver update, some stupid thing or whatever. It'd interfere with the operation and it would just whatever. HiveOS, you don't have to worry about that. And that's the great thing. It runs a hell of a lot more stable. The Ergo miner, the guy on the left there, I set him up, I turned him on, I overclocked it all to hell, and it's been running stable without issue for 4 or 5 days. Haven't even had to look at it. And the same thing so far with this Firo. Here's the settings for the Firo, all right? I have 3 GeForce RTX 3080 Ti's. Those are the EVGA for the Win 3 editions, all right? And on Firo, I am getting a clock that I haven't heard anybody report yet, 62.8 whatever. I am not seeing anybody on any video anywhere reporting clock speeds that high, or hash rates that high for these single cards. So I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Am I doing something right? Apparently I'm doing something right. So if you guys are curious with those cards, here's my settings, okay? I got the fan set at 100, core plus 200, memory plus 3200, and the power level of 345. The same on all 3 cards. So if anybody's interested in that, I mean, it's running beautifully. Temperatures are good. Obviously, a lot of people don't like to put the fans at 100%, but I just run them to death. That's just me. Actually, I'll probably end up tweaking it a little bit depending on temperatures and stuff. So we'll see about that. But it has been doing pretty good, and it'd also be pretty nice if you guys like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. And I have one other thing I got to go over because this was a pain. My greatest fear when I was setting this thing up: the water-cooled rig. Okay, I love this thing, but my biggest fear was that one of these cards were going to take an absolute crap on me, okay? And one of them did. I have no explanation as to what happened. This card right here, second one over, this one right here, all of a sudden, it would sit around 50, 51, 52 degrees Celsius, which is really, really good. And then all of a sudden I'm checking and it's like 68, 69, 70. It's skyrocketing. And I'm like, what the hell? The other cards in the loop are doing fine. Okay, well, I pretty much have to take it apart and figure out what the hell. I took it apart. I just took it apart, cleaned it up, replaced the thermal pads with the same ones that were on there, cleaned off the thermal grease and put the same stuff back on, put it back into the rig. Runs great. I have no idea what the heck happened. It's just one of those weird anomalies or something, but otherwise running good. But here's a little thing. You see a little tip of my finger there? All right, I did something stupid. I did something really, really stupid. I stuck my finger in one of those. Those Noctura fans, they're going like 5,000 RPMs or whatever the heck. And usually, a lot of times what I would do is I'd slow it. If I heard a little something or some dust, and I'd slow it down with my finger like that and all good, right? I do that with PC fans all the time. You're not supposed to do that, but I do. And my ass, I stuck my finger in there to start slowing it down. It took a chunk of flesh off. Okay, it just sliced my finger. This is my trigger finger when I'm playing Call of Duty. Click, 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 click. It hurts now every time I try to shoot something. That sucks. But yeah, recommendation. If you got high RPM fans, especially those Noctura ones, they perform great. They're awesome fans, but don't stick your finger in it. I learned the hard way. Oh man, less flesh, more bleeding. It bled a lot too. I ain't gonna lie, it was gushing kind of. I put some band-aids on it and it drenched it in alcohol. That burned like hell, but it runs good now. But yeah, guys, as I'm sitting here, I have been working on these guys. Rig number 3 here, that guy's also doing Firo. It's got 2 of the Asus 3080 Ti's ROG Strix and that MSI Supreme. I'm doing that one next. I literally just got done flashing this guy over to swap it in there, and I actually need to tweak these guys a little bit. This guy I think is pretty much well done. I don't need to do much. That guy I think I can make it just a little bit more efficient, so we're going to be working on that too. But anyways, guys, I do have another crazy plan coming up, and it might involve tearing down my garage. Yeah, deconstruction, something or what. It's a plan that I have concocted in my brain. Instead of getting a new property, take my garage, basically add a level to it, and, you know, kind of do like a barn thing you see some of these other guys do. Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon unless my Bitcoin miner I had to put outside somewhere, and it's solo mining right now. And well, if it finds a block magically or whatever, great. You know, you ain't got to worry about it. You know, we're good to go there. But until then, I got to save up because we're going to be doing some actual construction. Getting that second floor put on the garage or redoing the whole garage. It all depends. I don't know what I got to do yet. My garage is kind of old and junky, but we shall see, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video.